What's going on, everybody? We're back at it with another video. I told you I'm back on the weekly grind. I'm gonna be talking about patience within the Most High, and I'll tell you a story. It really just reminds me of the patience that we must have when going through a situation, because we need to do the situation with God at the end of the day, and that's definitely one of the most important critical points for sure. Stupid dude. No. But yeah, so we gotta really be patient within him, within y'all, and we gotta stay blessed out here, and we gotta move according to his timing, because he don't sit here and watch a watch like we do. His timing is his timing. So just know that now that I'm back and I've been through some things, I can definitely edify you guys some more, the viewers, on situations that I've been through, or at least based on situations that I've been through. So okay, let's talk about this one time, right, where I really wanted a car. I got my license, I was ready to drive ASAP, and I didn't have enough coming in, nor were my parents very supportive at the time, but it was for a particular reason. So I ended up saving about approximately $1,300. It was around $1,360 or something. My checks were still under $100 a week, so I was really grinding for that money. It was hard earned, of course, and you know, we got to pay taxes and all of that, so it wasn't the most amount of money ever. So essentially I have this dad, and he's not a good dad, unfortunately. You know, he's not. Stupid mug. Oh no, I got smoked. Oh, lag. But yeah, he's not a good dad, essentially, and let's talk about him a little bit without gossiping. So essentially, he was out of work for a very long time, and an extensive period, and pretty much what he did was, you know, he was out of work, he wasn't on his purpose, he wasn't being a masculine man, and at the end of the day, he wanted to cut a deal with me, right? So I wanted this car. I had $1,300. It was like March. I was doing my thing, and that deal was essentially to give him approximately like $500 to register the car, get it fixed and all that stuff, and I'll be up on the road pretty much a majority of the days, and he worked at night when he had picked up a job. So I essentially would get the car for most of the period of time, and I thought about it. I was like, this is all I really need it for. And then eventually, over time, over an extensive period of time, the car would become mine. Now, what I had thought is, you know, I didn't really need a car for much. I was only 16, and maybe this was just out of my range, but God was trying to tell me that essentially you're worth more than having half a car. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to be okay. But I wasn't listening, because I was too harkened to just let me get a car now, right now, and not obey, you know, not be patient. Essentially what I was dealing with, a lot of that. So I went through with it eventually. After considering it, God showed me some signs that the relationship was torn and that I probably shouldn't pursue it. I had said no, and then he had got mad. Fine, I don't need y'all, I don't need you, whatever, right? And eventually I got impatient, and essentially it didn't take long for me to essentially go into his deal. So we started the process, and I started spending that bag, and by the time I was done spending the bag, I might have had like 800 left, right? And it wasn't looking good at all. But I thought, you know what, well, now I could drive at least, right? And let's talk about what pursued within that deal and why it went so bad. So essentially that deal was bad because then after that, there was tons of issues with the car. Backlights stayed on. I had to constantly open the hood latch to take the battery cable off, and then on top of that, Another big thing was O2 sensor was needed, so gas left it super duper quickly. That was really annoying. And basically on top of that, there was way more issues. The windshield was slightly broken. It was uninspected. I'm in a northern state, which requires that. So there's a lot of issues with this vehicle. Body was beat, all of that. He popped it flat one time, all of that. It was a headache of a process, and it just wasn't the peaceful decision. Now, mind you, my pastor already told me he didn't count out the deal, and he wasn't biased because he knows my father a little bit more than you guys do. But he still wasn't biased about it. He said you need to learn how to go with decisions that give you the most peace, right? And I'm just keeping it honest. That decision just wasn't that. But I just thought, it was a free will choice. Just go through with it anyway. And essentially, that's what I was gonna do. And I did. My aunt told me no. She prayed about it, and I didn't listen. Because I just really wanted to drive, and that was really bad for me. So all these issues are occurring. Now let me tell you about more issues. So some more issues I had personally were like once again, utilization of the vehicle was funny. There was days I couldn't drive it. The car just was a mess. It was a wreck. It didn't start first time. It just didn't. You had to play with it and stuff like that and rev it up. It needed a timing belt as well. That was another big thing. Needed an axle, and eventually I had to take a whole check that I got paid and received one day. I worked the whole week, and he had came to me about an alternator, so it needed an alternator as well, and that was no good. So yeah. Soft beat. So I had cashed out, and after a while he had disappeared. He got lost with my mother's car, and essentially I was upset about that. I said, you know what, enough's enough. I'm stepping down. God's gonna take care of me, and I'm opting out of this deal. So I opted out of the deal essentially, and when I opted out of the deal, it was definitely shaky. I was definitely upset. I definitely wanted my money. There's a little bit of a tension. There still is. I really do want to just beat him up, but at the same time, I don't want to beat him up. This is one of the biggest battles I'm having with my mind ever, really. Never really fought a fight this strong with the mind before. To have the physical urge to want to attack somebody is definitely something different. And yeah, I just feel like it's been tough and it's been crazy. He knows he's wrong. He knows that, even if he was to think negatively, I'll take my son's money to get my car fixed, and it'll never be his. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he's gotten nowhere with it. Okay, so now let's talk about why and how he's gotten nowhere with it. He's gotten nowhere with it essentially because the Most High has been fighting for me. One day his hood latch flew open and smashed the windshield and dented up the hood of his vehicle. That was pretty bad for him. And then another thing that had happened was so that also cracked the glass. And the glass cracked multiple times. So his car is in worse shape. It's not working properly according because apparently the mechanic, he's saying and claiming that the mechanic messed it up, but in reality he just didn't take care of it. And also God fights for you. So now God's trying to show me that his timing was key, and I wasn't mature enough to be driving just yet, which is good. I'm glad that he's showing me this. So there was a man in there. There was a guy in my church today. He was a guest speaker from Tennessee. Now he's way out from Tennessee, but he's teaching me about the concept of patience, right? And it was like crazy to me because you wouldn't expect that, you know what I mean? You don't expect people to just come out of the abyss and come out the blue. But yeah, you don't expect people to just come out the abyss and come out the blue and talk about patience from way out from Tennessee. But it was a sermon I definitely needed to hear. Take my foot off the pedal and really just rely on God a little more. And he had a plan this whole time. He's going to allow me to succeed independently, which was good. You know what I mean? That was amazing. Wonderful sermon. Wonderful message. But yeah. So in my car buying process, I've lost a total of $600 from nothing. Net loss just in general. And I'll call it the gross loss was $800 because I had to pay $200 for new glasses. It's been overdue some years. So yeah, be patient on God. I think that's something we all need to really learn and get better at understanding, is just to be patient on his promises and what he has going for you. Because if I was patient on God, this would have never happened. That's the thing about it. I think we all ought to be more patient on God's promises and what he has in store for us. You know, that's really important because he has divine timing and he wants good for all of us. He wants to see us all win, which is the beautiful thing about him. So yeah, guys, thank you for this. Thank you for just tuning in if you made it to the end. I want to give a special thanks to the Most High, of course, for this opportunity. And when I V up, I will let you guys know. Thank you for just tuning in and watching, hearing my story and my testament on why we have to be patient on God. And I thank you for tuning in, really. Thank you for tuning in. It's definitely excellent. Excellent having you. And I give you thanks. For just coming on. And I give the Most High thanks for this opportunity to speak. Allowing the words to flow out my mouth, allowing the games to work in my favor. I definitely seen that. So I thank God for that, and I thank God for the opportunity to teach me. And I hope I get my profit back. I'm also thinking about parting out his own car, but you know, trying to walk in holiness, and that wouldn't be the best way to do it. So I ought to get better at that. And yeah, it's a blessing. I'm not stressing. And 3-point contestant, you know what I mean? But yeah, also 3-point making. But yeah, 3-point shaking. 3-pointers going in. There's no debating. But yeah, wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys later. Have a great day. Be patient on God.